Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 5-Star Podcast. Sorry for all the noise if you hear any. I'm adjusting everything. Whew. All right. So, in case y'all didn't notice, or you did notice, doesn't matter. There was no episode last week. I had a lot of stuff to do. I was trying to figure some things out for myself, and just thought I'd take a week break. So we're going to be right back at it. Plus, I'll be honest, I didn't know what to do an episode on. So then, next thing you know, it's time for WarGames and Survivor Series, in which I will be doing a review of. Yes, indeed, what a good way to come back, I'll tell you that much. But before we head right back into it, I want to go ahead and remind you that if you go on blackstonelabs.com and enter code, that was my dog, enter code CarryGrow at checkout, I could save you 20% off of your order. 1 second. Alright, had to pause the recording real quick because my dog wanted to get out. But once again, use code CarryGrow at checkout to save 20% off of your order. Except for ISO cream. That's it. But anyway, let's jump into the review, man. Whew. Now these two shows, they were something. They messed with you. So of course we're going to start off with NXT Takeover WarGames 2018. So, the show starts off with a shocking match. I was surprised as could be. I was at the gym watching the show on my phone. And, it was okay. By the way, I'm not saying the match was okay. I can't really say much about it, seeing as it only lasted 7 seconds. It was Matt Riddle defeating Cassius Ohno. Alright. No complaints here, I guess. I don't know. Now, once again, same thing as for Evolution. I didn't pay too much attention to this match. I don't have interest in none of these characters, but it was Shayna Baszler up against Kairi Sane in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the Women's Championship. And of course, I did watch a little bit of it while I was at the gym, hitting some cardio. I hate it. The cardio. The match was pretty alright. Oh, excuse me. Oh, forgive me for that. I'm so sorry. How rude. And the match saw 2-1 victory for Shayna Baszler. This next match, one of the most hyped up matches. All of these matches were hyped up, except for Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno. Aleister Black and Johnny Gargano. 1-on-1. Whew. I tell you what, it's kind of upsetting to see Johnny Gargano's takeover streak, man. I think he's 1-5, 1-4, something like that. Man, I tell you, Johnny could put on a match. He could put on a match, without a doubt, as well as Aleister Black. Absolutely entertaining from top to bottom. This whole show in NXT just never fails for me. But Aleister Black defeated Johnny Gargano, and that was a match. That was, whew. That had me on the edge of my cycle that I was riding on. Then we have, for the NXT Championship, Velveteen Dream versus our champion, Tommaso Ciampa. Man, it's so crazy, right? It's crazy to think back to the Tough Enough days, the last season of Tough Enough that they had. And just imagining that this person was going to be the most successful person that was from Tough Enough. The winners of Tough Enough didn't even have a shot compared to Patrick. It's so crazy to think how he is one of the most over people. He is definitely one of the most over people on the roster. His character is awesome. His his outfits alone is something that's crazy to think about, thinking back. And, you know, people forgot that he was on there, and a lot of people do remember also. It was like, why he keeps dressing up as Hogan? If you remember, Hogan used to say, you know, there's nothing original about him, but he is shoving it so far up Hogan's rear end, dude. I mean, he's showing the world what he could do now, you know. And Tommaso Ciampa showing why he is one of the top heels in the company. Plus, he has an amazing theme song. No one will survive. That's on my gym playlist, dude. It hypes me up every single time. But the match saw Tommaso Ciampa defeat Velveteen Dream. Lucky wins for Ciampa, if you ask me. All pretty close lucky wins whenever it comes to these takeovers. And finally, the match that the show is named after. The WarGames match between Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and War Raiders. I still call him War Machine. Anyway, versus the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. Alright, so, having a little opinion on this, right? Don't get me wrong, the match was perfect as it was. It was just an idea before this all happened that I had that I think I should mention. I personally think it would have been cool if all the titles were on the line. It's like, yeah, you know, Pete Dunne, you know, who would, if Pete Dunne's title was on the line, who would they give it to? I don't know. But still, I think it would have been cool if we had, you know, the North American Championship and the UK Championship and then the Tag Team Championships on the line. That was just an idea I had before that I thought would have been cool. Obviously, they didn't do it. No complaints at all. Still an amazing match. There was a part, though, that was kind of like, wait a minute, ooh, hold up, where Pete Dunne's turn to come out of the cage. Well, it was someone's turn to come out of the cage. Pete Dunne was about to go, and Hanson was kind of like, no, I got this, and just pushed Pete Dunne back. But this is the second year that WarGames has come to NXT, and it's absolutely amazing. I have a question for y'all. Do y'all think that WarGames should specifically stay for the NXT people, or do you think they should bring it over to the main roster? Just a question. If you have any opinions on that, go ahead and let me know. So, there's that. In which, as I said, this match is the match in general is entertaining. And you know people got to get hyped. You can't have a WarGames match without weapons in it. And let's see. They had tables, they had kendo sticks and chairs and trash cans and chains and stuff like that, you know? Amazing. And then to see Ricochet do a double backflip off the top of the cage. Absolutely amazing. NXT in general just does not fail, and the match saw Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and War Raiders defeat the Undisputed Era. Amazing match. Just simply amazing. Card in general. And so now we move on to Survivor Series. Survivor Series. Alright, so, I'll be completely honest. I did not watch the pre-show, because I thought, hey, since you know, it's starting kind of early, they're going to put all of the matches on the main card. Nope, I missed the whole team 10-on-10 Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination match. I missed it, because I didn't know they were going to put it on the pre-show. I did not know, because seeing as it was starting at 6, I was wrong. Whatever. So, I can't say anything about this match except for that Team SmackDown won. They won the only match of the damn night on a pre-show, and it didn't even count. Great thinking. Oh my goodness. Let me run it by y'all real quick. Team SmackDown consisted of the Usos, the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods, Sanity, Eric Young and Killian Dane, and Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and the Colognes, who is still there somehow. They defeated Team Raw, the team of Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, the Revival, the B-Team, Lucha House Party, and the Ascension. That had me mad, hearing that I missed the whole match. I didn't get to watch it. I should have rewatched it, but I didn't feel like it. I was too tired. So, the show starts off with the 5-on-5 series elimination match, Survivor Series elimination match for the women's of Team Raw and Team SmackDown. Team SmackDown consisting of Naomi, Carmella, Sonya Deville, Asuka, and Mandy Rose, and Team Raw consisting of Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina, Bayley, and Sasha, with Naomi being the captain since Charlotte got moved, and Alexa Bliss as the captain on the ringside. And it saw Team Raw win. I tell you what, Mandy Rose did a lot in the match. I don't know what the deal was with that. The slight push in that match. I don't know. Naomi, as the captain, eliminated real quick. I must say, I don't like Naomi's character as well. I can't get with the glow. I can't get with the character. Nothing wrong with her. Just the character aggravates me. Then after that, a one-on-ones match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins. Champion versus champion. First champion versus champion match of the night. Hard-hitting action. Seth Rollins put all that he can. Shinsuke putting all that he can. But Seth Rollins showing why he's the Kingslayer and defeating the King of Strong Style. This next match was entertaining as well. Funny a little bit as well. Authors of Pain, Akam and Rezar, with Drake Maverick going up against SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, with the Big Show on the side. This is one of those matches that I know is pretty hard, of having a heel versus heel team versus heel team. But they made it work. Surprisingly, that was the shortest match on the whole card, being at 9 minutes. Drake Maverick peed on himself. No other words for that. I mean, he peed on himself. But I mean, good. I don't know. Shoot. But at the end of the day, AOP beat SmackDown. Okay. Next one, right? No specific, teams for this one. It's just like we have to include 205. I'm surprised they didn't end up on the pre-show, to be completely honest with you. Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship. Very entertaining, very hard-hitting. A lot of stuff that we did see from 2 before, but just on 205 Live, which not too many people watch. I really need to start watching it as well. But this time in a more open audience. More people-ish, I guess I'm trying to say. People watching the show. Okay, you get the point. In which saw Mustafa Ali lose to Buddy Murphy, who is still the Cruiserweight Champion. Then we go into the 5-on-5 series elimination match of Team Raw and Team SmackDown. Team Raw consisting of Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley, going up against Team SmackDown's Miz, Shane McMahon, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Hardy. What happened to Samoa Joe? What happened there? What? That had me confused, dude. Like, I won't even lie. For 1 second, I go to my phone to look at something. And I get up. 1, 2, 3. Samoa Joe has been eliminated. What? I was not expecting that at all. But the match ended with 3 people still on Team Raw. And you know Shane McMahon doing his Shane McMahon stuff, to coast, have to go through a little table every once in a while. He needs to get that good rush in. Next match. Something that I really had no interest in watching whenever it started. I just thought, is there any point in watching this one? Like, what is... It's not as good as it was supposed to be, because Nia Jax ruined it all for us. But this proved me wrong. This match proved me wrong. I watched it. Very, 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 very hard hitting. Both of them just nailing each other with everything that they can, bringing out the big stuff. And it saw Ronda Rousey defeat Charlotte Flair by disqualification. Well, kendo sticks swinging at Ronda, as well as having Ronda's neck, her throat be choked up in a chair and stomped on, and ending with "Thank you, Charlotte" and boos to Ronda Rousey. Let's see how this goes. Apparently, this was supposed to be a heel turn for Charlotte, but obviously it turned into getting her more over? ? And this very last match had me concerned from top to bottom since it first was announced after Daniel winning the title. Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. Oh man, I heard Daniel Bryan's music and my nerves got bad. My heart started beating fast. My stomach dropped. I was just thinking, I don't want Daniel to die. We can't have that happen. And so the match starts off by Daniel just first off taunting Brock. Made me even more nervous. Running laps around Brock. I'm just, oh man. Had me so nervous, dude. And I'm laying on my bed and I'm texting my friends. I'm like, dude, just, And then Brock hitting those suplexes, especially the Germans, and seeing how Daniel was landing, I was afraid we were going to actually see a death, man. I was so afraid for my life, especially after everything that Daniel had to go through just to get back to that spot, and I did not want to see it go down. And Daniel looked absolutely dead in there, dude. Like, Daniel is a top-notch actor, man. Oh, man. I mean, my heart was just pounding so hard. I did not want Daniel Bryan to die. Brock starts, finally he got his hands on him and just showed him, he was just, don't make me mad. And, But dude, it just... Eventually, Daniel did come back, man. I was like, what? Whoa. Hold up. What's happening? And I'm starting to sit on the edge of my bed. My bed just... And I'm on the phone with one of my friends, and I'm just yelling, Daniel! 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 Come on. Don't die. Come on. Come on. And they were so close where we actually thought, Daniel's going to make Brock tap. He's going to make him tap. He's going to actually tap out. Brock's going to lose. Oh my God. So, I got to say, that was definitely match of the night for me. Having me on the edge of my bed, just screaming, Daniel! Come, Daniel! Come, you're just freaking out, man. And it's well worth the watch. And, Not to mention, I'm loving this side of Daniel Bryan that's starting to come out. This more evil side. I made a joke to my friend Austin, they're starting to turn him into a demonic goat, I'm loving this where Daniel Bryan just like lost his mind. Now he's just like, laughing, kind of like Mankind, kind of just like he likes that. He's liking what's happening, and I'm loving what they're doing with Daniel Bryan. I mean, it's awesome. For the longest time, he's been a face. He's been a top, and people's loving this Daniel Bryan as well. I mean, sure, there's a mixture right now of boo and yays. I'm on the yay side because I'm loving what's happening. I didn't think that we were going to see that see that at all anytime soon, especially, after Daniel returned. After he just returned. He didn't just return. It's been a good few months. I was glad to see that he returned. I was there for his returning match. But I'm loving it. I can't wait to see what they're going to keep doing with Daniel Bryan. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Becky whenever she comes back. How they're going to lead up into anything. Is she going to eventually face Ronda again? Is she going to go up against Nia Jax? Who knows? Who completely knows? All I recommend, though, is if you did not watch this, you should definitely check it out. Of course, SmackDown only got one win on the pre-show, which they did not count. Kind of frustrating by that. But the matches, though, they will deliver for you. You will be entertained. Even if I just told you all the results and stuff of Brock beating Daniel and stuff like that. Still just watch it. And you will legitimately still feel like Daniel is about to die. And the camera getting all close and you just hear, just wheezing and stuff like that, and just feeling just sound like he's about to just actually die, and all of a sudden have him come back and just be like, you know what, you're nothing compared to me, and just and that match right there shows, and I saw it on social media as well, that if you put Brock up against a good guy, and if he respects you enough, he will put on a good show for you. He will put on a very good match for you, and that is just an example. Last year with AJ Styles, another good example. I mean, and it wasn't just suplexes from Brock. It was legitimately selling for a small dude. And it's crazy. Just this whole thing was good. All the events that happened. Of course, NXT was probably considered to be on top whenever it comes to the matches and stuff, but both events definitely, they definitely got you on the edge of your seat, or just watching in shock and awe, or thinking, these are a lot of matches that we've been asking for, finally it's happening, etc., etc. So definitely check out this event, both events, if you did not. It's very much recommended by me. So, with that being said, this is the end of the 5-star oh, that's my water. Do not freak out. I'm okay. This is the end of the podcast. I'm glad to be back. Hopefully, I know what I'll be able to make next week. But still, all in all, very good events, very good matches. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen next, leading up to TLC, and of course, one of my favorite pay-per-views, the Royal Rumble. So, thank y'all very much for spending your Friday, or whatever day you're watching with me. And I will see you all later on the 5-star podcast. Thank y'all very much for listening, and I'll see y'all next week.